Hi guys, so let us talk about electoral politics today. It is the chapter 4 of Civics, and it is all about elections as to what are they, how are they conducted, what is the procedures, etc., so on and so forth. First and foremost, what is an election? Election is a very vast exercise. Recently, India conducted the largest election the world had ever seen in the Lok Sabha elections of 2019, wherein we had 90 crore eligible voters, out of whom 65 crore actually voted. So, just to try and give it a spin, elections are a mechanism in which the voters choose whom to give the power to represent them, and if required, also change the representatives after a periodic interval of time. So, an election offers three kinds of choices for me as a voter or for any other eligible voter. One, it gives me a choice of what kind of representative would I like to choose. Second, it gives me a choice as to what kind of government I would like to choose. And third, it gives me a choice as to which political party would I like to be heading the government, and whose political party I as a voter personally, or the ideology of which political party I as a voter personally prefer. So, it varies from person to person. And the beautiful thing is that I'm allowed to choose any political party. I'm allowed to choose any representative whose background, whose ideas convince me as a voter. As a voter, it is important to do some kind of research, and as a voter, the most important act is to actually vote and not be one of those in the educated class who sits in the halls of their houses or their societies and just comments on the sad political affairs without actually participating once every 5 years. As one of the most educated cities in the country, Pune, our voting percent in the October 2019 Maharashtra State Legislative Assembly elections was an abysmal 42% or something. So now it brings me to my next point. What are the 5 minimum conditions for the conduct of a democratic election? Pakistan, whose example we saw, claims itself to be a democracy. Just because they tell, does that make them a democracy? No. There are 5 absolutely basic conditions that are essential for an election to be called democratic. One is the free and fair conduct of elections, and that can be ensured by a strong election commission, by a fair media, so on and so forth. Not by the army generals who call the shots in our neighboring countries, or not by some external powers. First, condition for a democratic election is minimum condition for a democratic election is a free and a fair election. Second, parties and candidates. All parties and candidates should be free to contest elections, and there should be something to choose from. As in, people should get a choice of a good variety of candidates, from where there will be a greater incentive to vote. I mean, if in my area, if there are 5 really good candidates from all the 5 major parties, and it's really difficult for me to choose the good candidate, I and many people will be desperate to vote because the quality of the candidates is such. So the second condition is parties and candidates should be free to contest elections, and there should be something to choose from. Third, the choice should be offered. The choice should be offered at regular intervals. Unlike in dictatorships where elections are either not conducted or conducted once in a blue moon, in a normal democracy like India or the United States or the United Kingdom, there has to be an election at every level conducted within 5 years. Speaking specifically about India, whether it be the local government elections or the state government elections or the national government elections have to be mandatorily held in in a span of every 5 years. For example, the last two Pune Municipal Corporation elections were held in Feb 2012 and Feb 2017. The last two Lok Sabha elections have been conducted in May 2014 and May 2019. The last two state legislative assembly elections of Maharashtra have been conducted in October 2014 and October 2019. So once again, just to revise, what are the 3 out of the 5 minimum conditions I've seen for a democratic election to be conducted? First and foremost, election should be free and fair. Second, parties and candidates should be free to contest elections and there should be something to choose from. Third, the choice should be offered at regular intervals.